Yeah, look, mate, I mean, we've had to very much go back to basics with Gio and, to a lesser extent, Oscar after recent races. But, you know, they both passed their driving test with flying colours. Gio only hit the curb like 2 or 3 times. So, yeah, we're really hopeful of an improved performance this weekend. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Forza Ferrari. We're back after the summer break today with the Dutch Grand Prix. It would be a very, very nice one for us to win, but we'll see how we can go. Now, there has been a lot happening over the summer. The first thing, if we go to facilities, is that we are upgrading our factory. Now, I wasn't going to do this, but it will become a level 5 factory. We may or may not see a benefit of it this season, but it was only an extra 50 grand a month to upkeep. So I figured let's just go the whole hog and and get things done a little bit quicker. But like I say, we may not see much benefit in this actual series itself. But on the car and things we will hopefully see a big benefit from are new parts to add. So we have a new front wing. We go and have a look at rank on the grid for the new front wing. We've got 5 of them, so they can have a bit of fun. It looks like it is going to move us past a few, so that goes there. We also have a new underfloor. I believe it's an underfloor we have. Yes, it is. Again, it looks like it's going to move us up the grid a little bit. So that is, again, hopefully a good thing. And we've only got 3 of those, so we need to be a little bit careful. The other thing we have is a new suspension, I believe. Yes, we do. Again, it's going to improve the car. Is it going to move us up the grid? It looks like it may do, potentially. So, again, we've got 3 of those, so somebody can crash, but only 1. But yeah, so that is that. Hopefully that's it, going to make a big difference to the car, and we can start. And we've got to run down these Red Bulls now. We're at round 14, so we've got what, 8 or so rounds to go. Yeah, we will get this season in before the new game comes out, I promise, even though we haven't had any extra episodes right now. Now, one thing that you will notice here, well, may have noticed, 84 rated both drivers, despite the fact Giovinazzi is declining. He's improved. Now, I'm wondering what may have happened with that. And he's definitely declining because we know he's been an absolute disgrace recently. But when it said that, I was checking all these things, and the race simulator had sort of downgraded, needed to be refurbished. So I'm wondering if that maybe impacted Giovinazzi a little bit. But anyway, he seems to be on the up and up now, in theory, if not in practice. So yeah, we'll see. We're a long way off Red Bull now in the constructors, and we've really fallen away in the drivers as well. We just want to not let them get first and second in the drivers, really. 20 points between Giovinazzi and George Russell. So let's have a look at this race and what's upcoming. It looks like, and it is going to be a wet one. Rain on the Sunday, rain on the Friday, dry for qualifying. No circuit map, it's there. It's a roller coaster road, this one, isn't it? It's red sector 1, blue sector 2, yellow sector 3. Lots of medium and fast speed corners. 1 really slow traction zone. Car attributes, medium and high speed corners. Time considerations, 19-second time loss, so it's not huge, but it is relatively significant. Expecting a 2-stop, whether that's medium, soft, medium, or medium, soft, soft, or soft, soft, medium even. Don't know why I found that so funny. I really do amuse myself. So yeah, we can see there the difference in time. The hard tyre is not a great one, although it does degrade, but not that much slower than the medium, and the medium is a few tenths a lap faster. So yeah, soft tyre is definitely the one to be on. Historically here, it's just Verstappen's race apart from the first season. So let's hope we can break that dominance. Performance targets reach Q3. You'd like to hope so. 1 car in the top 4 again. You'd very much like to hope so. Finishing position 2 in the top 4. I mean, we need to be doing that, don't we? We'll go for fastest lap if it's raining. We might be able to pump one in early on. 1 car in the top 6 for some money, and qualifying, same thing in the race. And it'd be very nice if we could get that cash, wouldn't it? All right, let's go and check this rain intensity as we head off to Zandvoort. So moderate today for free practice, which doesn't really matter, to be honest, but moderate for the race as well. Moderate's always my least favorite because it means it could be wet, it could be inters. So yeah, pray for me on that one. But anyway, I'll do some free practice. I'll see you in a minute for qualifying. Alright, so we have done free practice, and it went okay, it has to be said. If we have a look at FP1 here, we were 5th and 6th. Now, this was interrupted by rain, so we got a dry time in early, so that kind of helps things out. But sort of there you can see everybody else's times. FP2 was just a wet session, so Piastri in 2nd was obviously nice. But again, I mean, it's going to be a wet race potentially, so maybe we can read a little bit into that. And then FP3, this was fairly promising because we went out on a soft tyre run right at the end, old engine parts and whatnot, 6th and 9th. So I think we can be, again, pretty pleased with how that went. So we can see setups here, 97% for Giovinazzi, 98% for Piastri, which is fine. You know, that's pretty good, I would say. So Q1 hopefully will not be a problem. I'll just go and confirm that. And indeed, it was absolutely fine. 6th and 8th with just one run. So that is, yes, so that's absolutely fine. The Haas's, as is tradition, were knocked out, as was Magnussen and the 2 Williams. So on to Q2. Alright, now we're going to take a risk here. What happened after free practice is that, because it was wet, I wasn't expecting, I obviously messed up the tyres, but we sent back like 3 sets of soft tyres, which means we are a set short from what I'd like to have. So we did these times that we're currently got on the board here on the same tyres that we did in Q1. So if we can get through 2 qualifying sessions with the same set of tyres, that obviously gives us back that set that we lost. So that has worked out thankfully for us, and now we can go and try and set a really good time, as we've got a Red Bull, Max Verstappen, at his home race starting 13th. That's going to be a surprise. Alright, now we are on board with Giovinazzi, who's currently 10th, Piastri 6th. We did our first run on the same set of tyres again, so this run, just on tyres alone, should be significantly quicker. And let's hope that it is. I mean, they'd have to go some to not be quicker on a brand new set of tyres, I would have thought. So green for both through Sector 1. And yeah, I mean, we've said it before, this is the big chance with Verstappen struggling in qualifying, but this is the big chance with Verstappen struggling in qualifying, isn't it? Purple for Giovinazzi in Sector 2. Green for Piastri. Can Giovinazzi finally, having passed his driving test again, go and stick something on pole and look like a racing car driver? He goes second. Piastri comes along and he is 4th. Haven't taken complete advantage of that, but that's not bad. So front row for Giovinazzi, 4th for Piastri. And yeah, let's see what we can do in the race now. Alright, now strategy is very much going to depend on the weather here, isn't it? So let's have a look. So it's going to be dry. Do we gamble that that's dry to like there? And then Inter, which might drift into wet, and then it's going to potentially go almost dry again. Oh, I hate these races so much. Alright, so a medium tyre, if we gamble on what is going to be dry and what's not, it's not going to get there. But if the crossover is like here somewhere, then it gets there. Now the question, I guess, is do we think Giovinazzi starting out front could go onto a soft, push, go onto another soft, and then get to the rain not too badly? Now, we saw in Belgium that looked like it might work for us until it didn't. And that was because we crashed, basically. But I wonder if it might be worth a risk on this occasion to do this. We couldn't push that hard. What if we split it? I think that splitting it is the sensible thing to do, just from a team point of view, isn't it? Because it's difficult to know, and then it could do something at the end here that could be dry again. So I think we'll split it then. So this will be Giovinazzi, and then this will be Piastri. And if we just sort of go a little bit lighter on the tyres, there's an argument to say, given that Piastri is harder on his tyres, we switch them and go the other way, actually. So maybe that's what we'll do then. Yeah, we might switch them, but that'll be the strategy, so just be switched. Alright, welcome back, and let's see what we can do here. So there is a few soft tyres around as well, so it looks like the field is sort of split on what to do here as well, which is interesting. What thing we will want to try and do is potentially get Giovinazzi out of Piastri's way as soon as possible. What we didn't need is George Russell on a hard tyre going and getting past us. So let's actually just tell him as soon as possible, just to get out of his way. Hopefully he just lost the one spot. He did, so well done to me on that one. And let's go and send send Piastri down the road, and hopefully get some overtakes done here. We don't want to push the tyres too hard too early on, but obviously we do need to get overtakes done. Where's Verstappen? Verstappen is still in 13th on a medium. The hard tyre, I mean, it could be an interesting one. We saw it's quite a bit slower and not that much better deg rate than... needs to get this done down the straight, otherwise we're gonna have to start and back things off a little bit. He's all over him like a bad suit, isn't he?
Caution on the battery.
And can we go and get it done down into turn 1? Go on, Oscar. Send her in, mate. Send it in. Oh, he's not done it. DRS is available, but yeah, we're watching Leclerc just skip down the road right now, and this is critical for his race, isn't it? Because he needs, was it 19 seconds was the pit stop time loss? He needs 19 seconds, and he's losing valuable seconds by the second almost here. Can we go and get a move done there? Not quite. Come on. He's got to get it done here. You've got to get it done, Oscar. You've just got to. You've just got to. DRS is open down the outside, and Porsche has got past Giovinazzi, which isn't, again, really in the plan, but Giovinazzi is, of course, trying to just one-stop this. Oh, Russell, go away, dude. We're doing different strategies. You don't need to hold us up. I mean, it obviously helps him down the line, doesn't it? I mean, we've already lost 2.5 seconds to Leclerc out front. And well, we should have enough batteries from that little top-up lap to do this properly this time. There we go. There we go. Go away, Russell. Oh, Jesus, he's hit him. And he's out.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Red flag. He's hit him.
And it's red flag.
Well, we'll have a look.
Now there's the car.
Yeah, he's hit him. Russell has just sent Piastri. Oh, that's bad, isn't it? He just sent him into the wall. And now we're going to have to worry about... yeah, there could be damage to gearboxes and engines and all that kind of stuff as well. We just put a new gearbox in his car as well. Alright, so I guess we go on to a new set of mediums. I missed what the track conditions were going to be when we came back out, but surely it's not been that long. So we'll stick on a new set of mediums and go again, I guess. Alright, well, how long's it been since AlphaTauris have cleared the front row, I wonder? There's a lot of people on softs now. It almost looks like there's more people on softs, which is surprising, I would have thought. Russell's gone from hard to soft, so he's changed his thing. Surely he's getting a penalty for that. Oh, come on. Well, I think we can feel a little bit hard done by on that one. Alright, so the mistake that I've made is that, obviously with the red flag, the rain is coming earlier in the race. So that's why everybody's on the soft tyres all of a sudden. Obviously we should have done that as well. But what it does enable us to do is to push pretty hard on these and not have to worry about it. And Perez did get past, but as you can see, we're staying with him. And he is catching us up to the back of George Russell. And we might, in fact, even get him back there, do we? I mean, it's a pretty good sign that we sort of matching pace with a Mercedes on soft tyres when we're on mediums. So yeah, I mean that's all positive. Weather predicted. Now we did see it was going to take a little while to get. Just because it's raining doesn't mean the track is ready for wet tyres, of course. So yeah, we have seen that it's going to take a little while. And what's also now going to happen is it's going to be dry at the end because again everything's been sort of pushed forward. So. Where it might have gone dry at the end, it is now definitely going to go dry. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Russell's coming back to us now, isn't he? Which is nice to see. And, yeah, we don't have to worry about saving tyres. We're going to get there comfortably. So, watch out, Leclerc. Maybe we'll come and get you as well, mate. And with the help of DRS, there is the move on George Russell up into second. So, Giovinazzi, if he stays on the track, is doing well right now.
The Ferrari moves up.
Alright, so the rain has started, which is, you know, early. It's got to be said, 16 laps, definitely could have done this on a soft. But anyway, you can see we're catching Leclerc very, very quickly in the space of a lap or two. Yeah, we've sort of got him to not quite DRS range, still about a second outside of it. We've got Russell behind us still, or we did have Russell behind us. I think everybody now is going to start sort of sprinting a little bit more. I don't fully trust Giovinazzi to send him on a full attack, but yeah, like I say, the fact that we were sort of able to do this at the front of the field with medium tyres on against soft-tyred cars, I think that's a big sign of positive sign for the future. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on this rain, but it's you know, it's going to sort of drizzle a little bit, I think. Alright, so we are starting to get to a wet track point, and we're also starting to lose the back of George Russell now. There are cars coming in, and I'm wondering if, what's our lap times? We were quite a bit slower than Russell on that lap. So I'm wondering if we're getting to the point where we call it, we come in, we throw on these inters, and then hopefully get a good stop. And if they don't want to come in this lap, we might get a chance to get a bit of an undercut on them. I've got such a bad, just so hot in the UK. It's like UK hot where the sun's out, so your house turns into an oven, as the other two have come in. So yeah, it's really hot, hard to sleep. So I've got fans on. I managed to get a chill in the back, like right on the shoulder blade. Even though it's we've just taken out a few Mercedes mechanics there. 2.3 seconds though, very nice. And it was the third of probably those 3 stops in terms of speed, but it's got us back out in third. We've not lost too much more time. And if we go like this, this should take. Oh no, is that on that level push? Anyway, it's going to get dry up about lap 60, I think. So lap 60. Let's have a look here. No, a little bit later than that. So yeah, well, let's hope Giovinazzi can drive in the wet. So it's this sort of race where we've just gone to the high view and let them trundle around. There is not too much happening in truth. Everybody's tyres are about the same, so everybody's pushing about the same. We did okay last lap, but we are just dropping off the back, although we're catching them again now. Maybe Gio can come back into this. But yeah, there's a massive gap behind us. There's a fairly static gap in front of us. And yeah, you're not missing much. Alright, well, we are just very comfortably in third position, so we could probably just drive to a podium, but where's the fun in that? We're going to try something. The reason we're going to try something is that it's going to go to just inside of, just into dry conditions. So what we're going to do is we're going to push. We need 19 seconds to Stroll. Now, we should be able to get that if we are pushing. I would have thought, because we did a 16.4, what's he going to come across and do? He's holding up a bunch of cars. So he has done a 17, yeah. So now there's cars in the pits. So came into another set of inters. There's no real point in putting on another set of inters, I wouldn't have thought, because if I show you, we're going to go a little bit wetter and then it's going to go dry. And then it'll go a little bit wetter here again, where we could possibly look to come in and put on inters again. And just sort of do full push to the end. But with 15 seconds over Stroll, we just did a 16.4 that lap again. I mean, all this is, of course, relying on the fact that the pit crew is competent, which is always a bit of a risk. But yeah, I'm fairly confident that we've got the pace to get third. And ultimately, third isn't really enough because Russell's in front of us anyway. We're down a car, so. Yeah, it's not going to. It's just going to make us more safe in second rather than give us a chance of catching Red Bull. Ideally, we need to. We definitely need to beat both Red Bulls, and ideally, we need to do it with a win. All right, so we've got 15 seconds. Not quite enough, but the track is dry. We just missed it last lap, so we maybe could have got in and out last lap. But let's see what happens. As I say, it may not be quite dry enough. It may not be quite dry enough for long enough, but we've got a pretty good stop there. And yeah, it could work out a charm for us. There goes Stroll. So we've only lost 1 place doing it. And like I say, we can push like a crazy person. And who knows? maybe it'll sort of coax others into coming in, and then we'll have got the undercut on them. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Certainly the rate at which we've caught Stroll here would suggest this isn't a terrible idea. But we need to get the overtake done, of course, and we will have DRS down this front straight because the track is dry. We're almost braking to not run in the back of him. So yeah, let's put in some laps now and see where it leads us. So that lap we did a 14.6 to a 17.7 and a 19.2. So we're taking absolute chunks of time out. Yeah, we'll see. It needs to stay dry enough for long enough. That's going to be the issue, isn't it? But it's definitely dry enough for slicks. It's the right tyre to be on. Alright, so this is potentially big. Russell has come in, I'm assuming, for a set of inters. We're still taking almost 4 seconds a lap out. We're only 8 seconds off the lead now. Russell's going to come out with another set of inters. And given that it's still a dry track, that doesn't really make that much sense to me. So we've got a 10-second gap over Russell. We need 19 to make a pit stop. If it stays dry for another 2 or 3 laps, we're going to be in front of him, I think. And we'll have better tyres as well. Is Leclerc... I mean, Leclerc's going to have to... They're all going to have to stop again. We may have just pulled a little sneaky blinder here, but we'll have to wait and see on that one, of course. The gap is 11 seconds to Russell, 4 to the leader. It is getting wetter and wetter, so we're going to start and lose sort of more and more of our advantage. So yeah, the issue is going to be, do we... When it goes back to wet here, is it going to be wet enough for long enough? I think if it goes wet, I don't know. It's going to be difficult, isn't it? We're probably going to have to make another stop anyway because we've had to push hard enough to make this work in case it rains sort of too much. We're only a little bit faster than George Russell right now. But we're already 12 seconds up the road, so this is going to be Leclerc. Let's hope we can go and get him. And then it's probably going to be a lap or 2 before we come in, put on the inters. And then we're going to come back out in third, assuming that we don't get a rubbish pit stop. And we'll probably need to come in this lap, I think. And then it's so tempting to try and hang it out, isn't it? In 4 minutes it's going to start and not be too bad, but I think it's going to be wet enough to make it worth our while. Come in, stick on inters, just go flat chat again, and yeah, then we'll come in and put another set of dry tyres on at the end. But yeah, we're losing time now. Hopefully we'll get out ahead of Gasly and Verstappen. We'll find out momentarily here. Please be good. Off on go. They're just reliably bad, aren't they? That's 2 seconds we really, really didn't want to drop. And that's going to be Gasly, is it? Or did we just get out ahead of him? So it's cost us 2 seconds, but thankfully nothing more than that. Alright, so it is 3 minutes till rain's expected to stop. Now again, just because rain stops doesn't mean the track is instantly dry, but it doesn't take too long. So we are 6 seconds behind George Russell. We're going a second a lap faster and 2 seconds a lap faster than Leclerc. So now we kind of don't want it to dry up too quickly to give us a chance to try and catch them back up. But we're seconds a lap faster than everybody behind us. So yeah, we'll just have to see. It's we didn't want it to rain. Now we don't want it to stop raining for a little bit, and this is definitely more exciting than just trailing in for a podium, isn't it? All right, so the rain has stopped. We're not expecting any more rain now. We are 3.5 seconds off the back of Russell, 7 seconds off the lead. So we've still got a little ways to go yet before we go to a dry tyre. Probably, I mean, at least we've got this lap, so at least this lap and the next lap, I would have thought. Still second, almost faster than Russell, and we're both coming at Leclerc. Leclerc's tyres, again, they're absolutely short. Anybody who didn't stop to freshen up the inters is in struggle city right now. And we don't want to go too early. If they don't stop this lap, I think maybe we do. They are not stopping, I don't think, because it would have said it by now. So it's late. It's a very, very late call. But let's hope it works out for us. Harvest coming into the pits. Again, we've almost got 16 seconds, so Russell came in, Russell didn't come in, sorry. Got a good one there. Tracker's gone to dry.
White line on the exit.
We could have done with a stuff up from Leclerc's crew, couldn't we? But let's see what we get now. We'll deploy, I think, because we really, really want to try and get George Russell here if we can. We've got Gasly in front of us, but he's going to have to stop soon anyway. Come on, come on, come on. Get out of the way. The Haas gets out of the way. So George Russell's in the pits. Have we done enough to get the undercut? There goes Gasly out of the way as well. Russell is coming out of the pits, so no, Russell's actually jumped both of us. What was our gap to Russell coming in? It was about the same, wasn't it? Alright, well, we go to the end now. We're going to cruise into a podium eventually anyway, it looks like. 18 seconds back to Gasly in 4th, who was doing a pretty good job with keeping Verstappen behind him. Now we just need to see if we can run down the 2 cars in front with 10 laps to go. So it doesn't look like we have the pace of the 2 in front right now. They are battling, so unless they hold each other up, yeah, the gap's sort of out to 4 seconds now. If they could take each other out, that'd be okay, wouldn't it? Russell's already taken 1 car out today. What's another one between friends? So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on things. But yeah, unless they get into a bit of a hardcore battle, although Leclerc is taking absolute chunks out of his tyres. Yeah, maybe we're half a chance of catching Leclerc, but Russell, I think, is too quick. He was a second faster than Leclerc on that last lap. So maybe Leclerc's taken too much out of his tyres and we can catch him. Alright, well, we've been catching them a second to lap that last lap. We can see them there. We were sort of not quite a second lap to 2 laps before that. We have got ourselves back into this. 1.9 seconds is the gap to Russell, just over 2 seconds to the lead. So obviously, if we get within the DRS, then it becomes a different battle, doesn't it? The tyres are overheating because we are driving to the absolute maximum that we can. And it's got to be said, Giovinazzi, we've asked a lot of him this race, and he's done extremely well. Let's hope he can maybe even go and finish it off now. And with 3 laps to go, if we can get into within the DRS, which is almost done, and then if we can get there, I've got to try and figure out the best chance. I'd like him to have a little bit more battery to attack with. So we're going to have DRS down this straight. So let's harvest this one. DRS should keep us in DRS. And then we'll harvest this next one. And then hopefully that's going to give us just a little bit to play with as we come up on the lead battle. He's done absolutely superbly, has Giovinazzi here. And I think what we will do is try and deploy the whole last lap. Let's get aggressive with our overtakes. And let's go. Let's deploy. with a little bit of petrol to play with. Oh, he's done a wonderful move into the last corner, which means he'll still have the DRS on Leclerc. Can he go and get George Russell now as well? We're on to the final lap. And we are that close to winning this race. Go on, Gio. Russell, of course, who took out Piastri in cold blood, it must be said. So let me know what you think. I just feel like he just ran into him on the outside, didn't he? But anyway, here we go. This is the last DRS zone. Can we go and get this done? Can we go and get this done?
We are out of DRS.
Go on. Oh, did we just run out of DRS at the wrong time? And it looks like it's going to be a magnificent second place finish for Giovinazzi. Another lap he would have had it, wouldn't he?
Okay, that's a
quarter of a second in the end.
You want P2?
That's a really good race. I've enjoyed that in the end. I'm glad we did the extra stop and had a bit of a go at things. So yeah, I mean, in the end, it looks like he held position, but it was much more than that, wasn't it? I'm annoyed that Russell won that race. I don't feel like he deserved to make it. 5 stops we've made there, and somehow made that work. Verstappen up 7 to 6th, and then, yeah, Piastri, just bad luck, wasn't it? I don't think you can give much blame to him on that one, but he'll stay 4th. Giovinazzi will lose out a little bit more to Russell, but close the gap to Verstappen. And in the constructors, well, we were the second best team again, but Red Bull are just a little bit too strong, aren't they? So there we go. It was a great race for Giovinazzi, disappointing for Piastri, but next up it is Monza. And we know Monza means we have to try and win, don't we? Because it means everything to everybody. So if you've enjoyed that, one thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time at the Temple of Speed. Take care.